Hey Jay, how you doing?
Hi.
Pretty good.
I didn't see you last Saturday.
No, he didn't. I had toothache, and they went and cut it out, and I couldn't go.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, I'm glad to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about is something I don't know how to tell you, but this is where I'm going to say it.
Okay.
The biggest scam that we get that's financial to us is not like you say you go to the lotto, you pay $1. You can go to Vegas, you gamble, you know what you're going to spend. They want something by telling you you're going to possibility win on the lotto, like he was telling you, oh, this. But the card that you use, which is your voter registration, is the biggest scam you got because politicians lie to you what it's going to cost you financially in the long run for a vote. And and that's what I'm saying. They financially it's lies. So I say it's big. At least if you go to the lotto, you've got one chance in billions to win.
You're right.
So let me ask you a question. Should we do away with voting?
No, but what we should really do is to sit down there and make people be responsible. Long time ago, because I was listening to one of our attorney generals for the state, which was white in the car. Went all over to the state, different areas, he told a different story. All this should have been recorded, and then what this happens, he should have been kicked out of office for lying to the people, the voters, and everything else. That's how he gets back at him. But we should have a right to make a politician quit lying to us in a scam mood, is what I'm saying.
I agree there, but that doesn't make the voting process a scam. What it does is it means that there's problems with politics, that with pandering and inside deals and all these other things. It doesn't make your voter registration card part of a scam. It just means there are problems we got to fix. I agree with what you're saying that we need to hold people accountable. And finally, we're living in an area that I think are catching some of these old school politicians by surprise, and that almost everything they ever say is recorded and saved, posted for posterity up on the internet. Mm-hmm. The bigger problem that I see is that while we live in an age where this is happening, and it should be producing great results, it's really not. What we find is that you can still get away with saying whatever you want and denying it or not living up to promises. And while there are probably more people who are now going to hear about your lies and be vocal about it, there's still a huge portion of the population that just doesn't give a damn. And that's what needs to change. Waking up everyone else, waking up the entire American population to, you really can matter if you just decide to give a damn.
But same way like if you go in that way to a church, you get promised of this and you promises of that. And to me, they say, make your tithes, you're going to go to heaven. You know as well, I'm not, you're not going because I don't believe in heaven or hell. And when you die, you're dead. And that's a scam to get money out of it.
I think, though, that that's a much more extreme case, because certainly nobody tells you, if you go into that booth and vote, then I guarantee that this guy will win and that guy will, and that this will happen as a result.
No, but he's asking for you to vote before on the grounds of saying, hey, I promise you I'm going to cut your taxes, I'm going to do this for you financially, and all these other promises. That's in a way making you buy his vote for listening to him.
Yeah, it's a promise that may or may not be kept.
That's what I'm
saying. But in the end, you're better off voting than not voting. Even whether you look at it as, in conversations we've had before, as voting for the lesser of two evils, or whether you're actually voting for the person who you think, who you trust, who is going to best represent your interests and the interests of the nation.
And best meaning at least better than the other guy. I mean, nobody has to believe that when you vote for one particular candidate, that guy is going to be the candidate of your dreams who will do exactly what you want in all situations. I think that's not even possible.
No, but it's set up really in a sense of a promise.
Yeah.
And it is really, all it boils down to is money, money, money. And if you go back, I don't know. I had 2 books, and when my house got broken into, it's funny that both of them disappeared. One of them was A Texan Looks at LBJ and The Making of a President in 2000, and both of them covered Bush and Lyndon Baines Johnson way before, as to what they had promised the people and what they had done and how they did it by stealing money from someone else.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that a politician may not keep his promises is something that you should always take into consideration in making a vote. But that's not the same as saying that voting is actually a financial scam and it's not worth it. I mean, you know, if you go down that road, then all you'll accomplish is persuading people who think like you not to vote, and that will amplify your lack of vote into guaranteeing that the greater of 2 evils will win.
Because you go back and look as to what they spend to get that vote. You know what I'm saying? What they have to pay for campaigning.
Somebody has to
all
win.
Financials. Donate to my campaign this way and that way, and that's what I'm saying.
Right, but okay, I think financial campaign
it's
contributions have got ridiculous, but it's not like the candidate is just pocketing the money that you send for the campaign. That's not what's happening.
And like somebody once said, democracy is the worst possible political organization, except for all the other political organizations.
All right, but anyway, I'm just saying that to me, I think that there has to be some way that we could make them finally stand up being honest if they wouldn't get them out of office.
Well, I agree with you, and I think the answer is get active, so go for it.
I have, but it's never worked because I go the wrong way. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate the call.